wow, what do you know? It's time for the Pocket Knife Show. Hey, it's Mike on the mic again for another episode of the Pocket Knife Podcast. If you fall flat on your face in front of a guy as old as me, you'll likely hear it. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. It's heartless and insensitive, I know, but it's got to be said. I bet if there was a meat worker over 60 near the track when a thing moved, bit the dust during the Olympic trials last month, he muttered it under his breath. Too soon? She's not listening. And I'm about to say it to myself. If an old geezer had been out on 3rd Street here in Pratt at 5:30 Friday morning last week, I mean one other than me, an old geezer, I was there, they'd have been able to shout it out as I took a tumble. I was a half mile or so into my morning workout when I caught my toe on the street and found myself very quickly sprawled out on the asphalt. My hands and elbows and knees slid a few inches across the rough surface and chunks of skin were scraped off. I bled a lot. My hands looked like a scene from a horror film. I was a bit of a mess and hurt enough to call off the rest of my planned mileage, and so I walked home to clean up. Before I stepped into the shower, I rounded up an old towel from the closet down the hall so I wouldn't stain a newer one. I kept the water on the cooler side, knowing I didn't want to scorch the raw spots. It took a few minutes to soap up all the road rash and rinse it off. I dried as best I could, applied antibiotic ointment, then grabbed our box of Band-Aids. I didn't count how many bandages I used, but I'm pretty sure that after multiple applications of them over the last few days, we have half as many as we had the week before, and none that are very big. I probably need to go to the store and restock. Worse than all of this was the injury to my right shoulder. I hit the ground in a full-on Superman pose and something got seriously tweaked. I could hardly lift anything for a while. I had to use my left hand to steady the coffee pot as I poured my morning cup. I felt pain as I opened and shut car doors. Push-ups, which I do regularly, were impossible. Though my shoulder is more mobile today, it's not back to 100% yet. It'll be a week or two of rest before I can push the mower or carry trash bags with that arm. In an almost comical twist, the first verses of the passage I was preparing to preach on last week were these, from Luke 17:1. Things that cause people to stumble are bound to come, but woe to anyone through whom they come. Should the street maintenance crew be worried that woe will come upon them? Probably not. I don't think Jesus was talking about people tripping over speed bumps or cracks in the sidewalk, though it's not a bad idea to fix them if they're yours. Instead, it seems Jesus is warning folks who use their words or actions to lure people into sin. I think of false teachers who say the Bible's sexual ethics are outdated or don't apply today. I think of those who gossip maliciously about their neighbors to other neighbors, tempting those neighbors to join in the bad-mouthing of the other neighbors. How about no good friends who put yet another bottle in their alcoholic buddy's hand when he's trying to quit, trying to get sober? What does Jesus say to such people? The next verses. It would be better for them to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around their neck than to cause one of these little ones to stumble. So watch yourselves. Wow. Sinning yourself is bad. Causing another to sin? Badder. Like severe penalty, badder. So, the Bible says it, watch yourself. Pay attention to what you're saying about sin. Always be on guard against reduced standards. Be careful what you teach others. Don't trip them up. Oh no, it's sad I know we've come to the end of the show. See you next time.